Colts, and the Colts have it.
That's a coordinator. You got a busted play here, and then Sanchez gets hit. The ball is loose.
And look at the fumble right here, and it's picked up on the bounce, and there he goes.
Welcome to Thanksgiving week, everyone. We're here, 2/3 point. I'm counting down now, because last week was garbage. Trash alert.
Last week was bad, you know.
It couldn't have went any worse. It couldn't have went any worse.
It was a bad week. But, you know, our teams won. They didn't.
They won. They just didn't. Yeah, Bills covered. Yeah,
Bills did cover.
Yeah, they covered. Lions didn't cover.
So, you know, it was. I was horrible again.
Yeah.
I went 4-10.
Same.
I want to say.
Yep, I'm 6 under on the year. I want to say you're about 25 under for the year.
Yes, and my locks didn't do well either. I was 1-3.
0-1 on my Chargers pick. Thanks, guys. Staley should be fired immediately.
Oh, yeah. Staley's a terrible coach, man. I don't see how he holds his position. I just don't.
It's the Chargers organization. They don't fire coaches midseason. Let's refrain from that, though, and let's talk about the positives. We have Thanksgiving games for you guys this week. Hopefully you guys get to this before they air. If not, watch it Friday, Saturday. You know, we're going to go through all the games. There's all 16 this week. Some teams go to bye after that. Also, the studio's pretty much done at this point. I'm not moving shit around anymore. So I'll have a little more time to do research. Yes, I'm going into this blind once again. We'll see if this week is a little bit better or if I will start flipping a coin the rest of the season.
Hey, I might as well do that. Flip myself.
Yeah,
if I land on my back, hey,
yeah.
I win.
There you go. Gymnastics for
Right.
you. All right, let's just start it out. 12 p.m. on a Thursday afternoon, we have the Detroit Lions hosting the Green Bay Packers. Detroit Lions, 7.5 point favorite at this point, under over 47.5. I wouldn't lie to you. I'm just going back. I can't stop going back.
I keep going back.
Yeah, this team, I understand last week, even in a bad performance, they had a chance to cover that game. I mean, that could have been a fumble 6 right at the end.
Yeah. And you talk about, well, you haven't talked about, but the turnovers. They Goff threw 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 of them I don't think were his fault, but anyway, there's 3 interceptions. And they still managed to win by 5.
Yeah.
Now,
they lost a fumble in that game too. Reynolds.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Reynolds lost one.
So they still could have covered.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, this team is resilient. I think they're going to be prepared for Green Bay. I think it'll be maybe a closer game, though, because I will say this. The Packers have been playing better.
Aaron Jones, though,
he's out.
Critical injury. He's out. Guess what the Lions do well? They'll stop the run. I really, really still like Detroit here.
I do, too. I think the Packers will pass more in this particular game, but I think
they're going to have to.
They're going to have to pass, yeah. But I think that Detroit can win this game really by 14, honestly. They usually do decent. When they win games on Thanksgiving, they usually win. You know what I mean?
I don't think they've won a Thanksgiving game in probably 6 or 7 years. Or wait,
they
beat
won last
the
year.
Bears.
They won last year, didn't they?
No, I was there.
It was Buffalo.
Buffalo 2 years ago. They beat
Buffalo.
They beat them. Yeah, they should have beat the Bills.
But what was the spread though? Did they cover the spread?
Yeah, of course they covered. It was like
that's all we need.
7 points. Yeah, that's all we need.
That's all we need.
Yeah, I think they cover 7.5 here.
I mean,
even though Green Bay beat the Chargers, great.
Honestly, I don't think Green Bay's defense can stop the Lions.
Yeah, I think adjustments are going to get made. I'm there. Lions are still in the driver's seat for number 1. We're really mad at Kansas City for fucking up last night. Guys, if you're up by 10 at the half, you gotta win. Mm-hmm. So that sucks. We need Detroit to win here. We also need another team, my team, to come through this week, but we'll talk about it when we get there.
One last thing about this game. The Packers are 1-5 on the road.
Need you say more?
Exactly.
I think the Lions are 4-1 at home or something like that too. I mean, the only one they lost was that shootout.
To Seattle,
and I mean, it's a different environment at Ford Field. And I mean, on Thanksgiving, that was the coolest environment I've ever been in for a game. So
wow.
it's different.
It's bananas, isn't it?
It's different.
Yeah, I think they're gonna handle business and then go home and eat some turkey,
God, turkey's so overrated.
some fried turkey.
Okay, maybe a fried one's okay. Still overrated.
It
Still very
kinda
overrated.
is. It kind of is. I always feel like, I think I said this before. You should eat anything that you want to on Thanksgiving. Why does it have to be the turkey?
Yeah.
You know, Thanksgiving is if we know the history. I'm not gonna go into all of that, but it's not good. The history of Thanksgiving is not good. So people need to check that. And will they, if they check it and see what the history is, will they celebrate it? As much. I mean, it's one of those holidays where you eat, so we're gonna celebrate whatever it is.
Celebrate the food, celebrate your
Right.
family, celebrate the good times. We'll go to America's game of the week because it really is America's game. Because the Washington Commanders are on the road at the Dallas Cowboys in Jerry World. They're 11-point dogs in this. The under-over's 49. I know my guy Sam Howell. He's leading the league in passing yards right now. Check him the fuck out, guys. I was going to burn the card. I ain't burning the cards. He's there. He's made it. He's arrived. Can he win in a hostile environment? Well, the line says hell no. But do I think he can cover? Yeah, I'm there. I'm there on it.
I'm not. I'm sorry. But
After last week, I could see why people are not going to be.
plus, okay, Washington is giving up 27.7 points per game. That's 32nd in the NFL. Mm-hmm. Dallas is going to put up some points on them, man. It's obvious that they are. And I think Dallas will be able to stop them defensively. I think they'll be able to stop Washington. I got the minus 11, and I may be locking on that.
And I can see why people are off last week. Man, if you watched the Washington Giants game like me, whoo,
Yeah.
rough scene, guys. Real rough scene.
That would have hurt my eyes, man. Seriously.
Man. What I would like, they had chances. Tommy DeVito. I'll call him by his real name now. So,
It's not Danny is out of the picture now.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, he might be. We'll see. He's got one more chance to live up to his name.
Well, one last thing about this game too, if you want to say anything
Absolutely.
else. Dallas has gone 7-3 ATS this season. Kind of impressive. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, they're sneaking along. Dak's numbers look great.
Well, they're winning and covering games that they should. With the exception
And
of
at home,
Arizona.
home too. That's the thing. They always play well at home. So like, yeah, I mean, it's still like, take a bar of soap, put it in your mouth, and hope it goes well betting Washington on Thanksgiving because everyone and their mama's betting Dallas.
They are.
And they're all probably betting Detroit too. And they're all probably betting the next game too, which is the San Francisco 49ers going on the road to Seattle. Seattle's a 6.5-point home dog here, under over 43. And I'm going to stick with the theme of on a holiday, because last year I went 0-3 on Thanksgiving just by trying to pick the obvious. I took Dallas. I took the Bills, and I forgot what the nightcap was. It was like New England, I think, or something. Okay. New England Vikings, I believe. Yeah. That sounds I was wrong on that, too. I'm going to do kind of the opposite of last year. Instead of taking all the, obvious favorites, I'm taking Seattle here. A lot to play for. A lot of money for Andre on the line. Mm-hmm. So, I hope the Niners win for you, buddy, but I think it's going to be closer in 6.5. You'll probably be able to get a 7.5 spot by game time just because of the market.
If it goes 7.5, I'll take Seattle. But this 6.5 is right for the taking for San Fran. I think it could be a touchdown game. This does have first place implications. Honestly, it's a division game, just like Washington Dallas. But this is the division game. But I think San Fran will prove their dominance because I think that they see the writing on the wall and they know that they have to get to business. Those 3 losses, they're not having that anymore. I don't think for the remainder of the season. I mean, they're going to lose, but they're not going to lose 3 in a row. Plus, to a divisional, opponent like Seattle, I just don't see it. Now, I told you earlier today too that Geno hurt his elbow. He's supposed to play, but he's going to be a little hobbled, I believe.
Is it his throwing elbow or is it?
Good question. I don't know.
Oh man,
I would think. Well, I would think it is though, but I'm not. Don't quote me on that. but he has a hurt elbow.
Okay. Yeah.
Kenneth Walker's not going to play.
Yeah, it's Zach Charbonnet. That's fine. I'm not too concerned there.
Right. Now, Seattle lost all 3 of the games that they faced San Francisco to last year. They played them the 2 divisional games and then the playoff.
Yeah, they didn't cover any of them.
No. And I see a remake of that this season.
Fair enough. For me, I just think it's going to come down to a field goal, 4 points. They'll hang in there. Look, the Niners have covered consistently all year. They're 7-3 against the spread. Things have gone pretty well besides their little skid.
Right.
At times, you're just not going to cover every game by 7, especially on the road, especially against a competent enough team. So I see it being, especially if it gets to like 6, 5.5, then it's Seattle's time.
Right. I'm not gonna touch this if it gets to 7 by game time, but I'll probably be making my bet early anyway.
Yeah. I would like to disclose too, man, our records were pretty bad last week, but if you look back at the show, like what we're taking on the show, technically I lost 2 games because of what I handed out on Sunday instead, because we were on Pittsburgh +4. We were on the Rams +1. We ended up taking them at +2 and -1 or -2. They didn't cover either of those, so it matters. Get your numbers early, folks. This is why we do the show so early.
Yes, that's a good point, man, because we've got burnt several times with that, throughout the season. So, we probably need to practice what we preach.
Yeah. I mean, and like, especially if we're locking it, like, we'll lock it in advance. We're going to put it down as what we bet it at, and we won't do that the rest of this year, but next year it's probably whatever I tell you guys on a Tuesday. That's just what I'm sticking with, because I'm going to take it as I'm betting this on a Tuesday.
Right, exactly.
Because that's probably what I'm going to start doing.
Well, I'm locking this 49ers victory in. They will cover 6.5. Now, if it goes 7, I'm out. But I still will take San Fran in a lean.
Fair. All right. Anything else on this?
That's it.
Be sleeping at this time, most of us anyway. Unless you're lucky, you got the day off, Friday. We got going to work bright and early, 6:30.
6:30. Hopefully you be a 6 and out.
I'm making it. I'm putting my time in. I don't even want to go in, man. I'll be there. I'll be there, guys. If you're watching, I'll be there.
I'll be there, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Yep. Maybe I got a little too much food in me, but we'll be chilling. All right, let's go to the first ever Black Friday football game hosted by Amazon. Makes sense for marketing and advertising. You got the New York Jets hosting the Miami Dolphins. Jets are a 10-point home dog. Under over 41. This game has Tim Boyle starting at QB. They benched Zach Wilson, guys. I don't know if we should be happy about that or not. I'm leaning towards no, but I'm also leaning towards the +10. So if that lets you know where my mind is, it's in the gutter. Where are you at with this, Dre?
Well, this over-under scares me because it's under 40. Now, Miami could very well just blow these boys out, 30-10. But that's still awfully low. Well, Jets don't score, though. But 10 points, I don't know, man. I'm leaning Miami. I really am, the -10. But yeah, and the Jets are going with a new quarterback. Sometimes when you have a new quarterback, the team plays better. The team is up. No matter how good or bad the quarterback is, they play a little bit more, better.
Playing a bad defense at least.
Yeah, Miami's defense is not all that.
They're
right.
Not that great. They got names. They just haven't played great.
Right. I'm going to lean Miami -10 on this one, but I don't feel good about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, just like last week. Lock it in.
Right.
Yeah, I almost did lock it in. I on the show, I was ready to, but I pulled back. For me, I like the Jets because what do they do against good teams at home? They've covered every single time. They beat the Eagles. They covered against the Chiefs, even though they shouldn't have. They beat the Bills, even though they shouldn't have. But, I could see them going 4 for 4 on this. The Chargers, not so much. But the Chargers, we don't rate as a good team.
Right. That's true. Maybe they play up to their competition, is what you're saying.
So I just think
sometimes
the defense steps up against good offenses, and I just see it happening again. Amazon does not want to waste all that money on a blowout, on, like a first time ever thing. Look for the back door, and also take as many points as you can. And if you really want to get nasty with it, you'd probably tease one way or the other. You could probably tease this both ways. And just play like that. Miami -3, Jets +17, and hope it falls in the middle.
Well, what's funny is the Jets are 4-6. I mean, that's not...
It's not over, yeah.
Yeah, plus you would think that it'd be worse than that. So you do have a good point.
Does Aaron Rodgers have anything, to do with...
He let him tell it. He coming back in week 16.
Ooh,
he said something like that.
The season's over for them at that point.
Yeah, it's no use in him coming back. But hey, I like your I like that +10, but I'm not going to take it. But I like it.
You're leaning Miami though, right? You're
I'm
Miami.
leaning Miami.
Okay,
yeah.
so we're on different spectrums this week. That's all
I'm
right.
nervous about it, but I'm leaning.
Yeah, I mean, things are bleak for me. I'm taking chances at this point. So.
I hear you.
All right, let's go to Sunday now. Normal 1 o'clock slate. Bunch of shitty games. We're going to go over them. There's some okay ones in here. Let's start with Pittsburgh going on the road to Cincinnati. Pittsburgh, a 1-point favorite in this spot. Just freshly fired their offensive coordinator, Mr. Canada himself, under over 34 in this game. 1 seems like not enough. 1? Shouldn't this be 3?
At
Cincinnati
least.
lost their quarterback for the year.
You would think it would be a little bit higher, yes. I don't know about this one either. I'm leaning Pitt only because Mr. Tomlin, for one, but their offense has not been looking good. Pickett is not looking good. Okay, their offensive line is looking terrible. Cincy, I don't know, but does Cincy have anything to play for too? Since Burrow is gone, I know they're still in kind of the thick of it.
Pride, yeah, it's pride.
But I mean, when their leader is gone, how do they react?
In a pick'em, man, it's a pick. But like, don't you feel like the book's trying to tell us something? A pick'em, because I'm like instantly, my mind was like Pittsburgh lock.
Yeah, right.
And now I'm like, I'm thinking I'm about to just take Cincinnati here.
They may be tricking us. They may be trying to trick us.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my nose, take Cincinnati, see what happens with it. That is my endorsed pick here.
Well, I'm leaning Pittsburgh, but check out the over under. It's at 30. What you got?
34.
34.
Yeah.
Gosh, that is really low, man. I mean, that type of game is a Pittsburgh game to me too, though. I mean, it's a divisional game though, but
first touchdown score, no touchdown score. I like that kind of bet for this game.
Right.
You probably get it 30-1, but it could end up being one of those just grind fests, and
yeah, no question. I think that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
I might look to take the under if I can get the 35 on that, maybe.
Tease it up with
yeah, I could tease it.
Tease it with Pittsburgh +6 if you really want some fun, or tease it to 40. Yeah.
Right. I don't see a touchdown victory from either team. I think this would probably be 1-3, maybe 1-4.
Yeah.
Who knows though? I mean,
technically not lost. The Cincinnati's not done yet, so I'll lean with them. Hold my nose. 1 seems like a trap, man.
all right.
Yeah.
I'm going Pitt.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, we have not agreed except on the Lions. All right, let's keep it rolling. Jacksonville on the road at Houston. Houston, a 1.5-point home dog, under over 48.5. This is a big divisional game.
It's huge game, man. And I like Houston. They have momentum. They have confidence. They're at home. Jacksonville has not been steady Eddie to me this season. They've been. I don't know what to make of them. I still don't know what their identity is really. I don't think they do either.
They're 7-3.
Yeah, and that's what's crazy.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. But they go up against some of your better teams and they don't do well. So I'm going Houston here. It's just something about Stroud too. He's a special guy.
Yeah, Houston whooped their ass in the first matchup this year.
Yep.
Trying to think, what's their other 2 losses? Kansas City, and I want to say they dropped the first game of the year.
Oh my god.
They dropped a few games early. They were looking pretty bad. Then they started rolling again.
Yeah. Indianapolis didn't beat them, did they? It wasn't Indianapolis.
I think it was.
Okay.
Or wait. No, they beat Indy by like 10.
They played twice?
Yeah.
They played?
I think they did. They might have beat them once. No, think about it. I'd have to look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, when they lost, I think it probably was a blowout. I believe it was a blowout.
I think so.
So they're just not, I don't know. Something's missing out of that team. They have everything that they need, in my opinion, but they just don't play well.
Only thing that scares me, it's the reverse. It's the road dog that they win on the road.
They play
constantly,
better on the road,
but
yes.
Yeah, I'm Houston here. Well, they have Jacksonville as a problem. They can't beat them. Let's go. Give me a 1.5. Also, another like weird looking line where I'm like, isn't everyone just betting Jacksonville this week?
I bet they are. I don't know though. I think everybody might be on the Houston bet. I think it might be even is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it'll be. Yeah, you'll have guys on both sides.
Yeah.
A very passionate argument, but one, I'm not. I think these teams both in the end, they might win a game in the playoffs, but nothing big coming from these guys now. Maybe in a year or two.
Right.
Good
point. I've
been wrong all season about things, so I could be wrong again.
You're not alone.
Yeah, right? All right, let's go to another game. This one's a pretty shitty game. Someone's got to win it. Indianapolis hosting Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, 2.5-point road dog here. Under over 43.5. Is anyone really watching this game this weekend that isn't a fan of the two teams? Like, what are we doing here?
Probably not. I mean, this one gauges my interest only because it's Indianapolis. So you're absolutely right.
God.
I think Indianapolis wins this game. Now, if this was a 3.5, I'd think twice. But I don't know. It's just something about Indianapolis. This season, they've been inconsistent, but we've seen them play good football, though. We've seen them score.
We've seen
offensively. Yeah. We've seen them play well. Now, Tampa Bay's defense can be quite stingy.
No, I mean their secondary's trash. That's what's scary.
Well,
they show up sometimes with their D line. It's all dependent on them.
D line and some of their linebacker play.
Yeah,
sometimes. I think Indy can score on these guys. I think they can just outscore them and cover the spread.
Yeah, it's a weird line again. I'm like 2.5, but Tampa Bay, in the grand scheme of things, I'm like, who has more to play for, Tampa Bay or Indy? Technically, Tampa Bay.
True. They're in a divisional race.
If they win, and then the next game we talk about, if one team wins that, the other team loses, they're in a 3-way tie.
Yeah.
There could be a 3-way tie for their division. That's crazy.
Tampa Bay has more to play for, but I mean, Indianapolis,
they still are at large. They're still at large too. That's crazy to think about. And they have a softer schedule, I think, than most teams.
Yes, they do. And let's say Jacksonville loses this game against Houston.
Exactly. That's what I mean. That it's a 3-way tie there. Yeah, you could have 2 3-way ties. Well, not 2. You could have a 3-way tie going either way this week, just depending on situations. It's kind of crazy.
And then when is Mayfield's slipper going to fall off? His glass slipper.
I mean, he hasn't been good. I wouldn't say he's been good this year. He's been okay.
But I mean, they still in the divisional race though.
They're there.
They're right there. But I'm leaning Naptown on this one though.
Hey, fair enough. We knew you were going to lean that way. I lean Tampa Bay. Let's kind of rapid fire through a couple games real quick.
Let's do it.
Because I do not give a shit about any of these three. Let's go New Orleans versus Atlanta. New Orleans a 1-point road favorite here, under over 42. Hey guys, I'm leaning Atlanta just because I like fun. I can't bet New Orleans any longer. No more. I couldn't bet Atlanta either. It's a pass. This is just a total pass.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm leaning Atlanta, but I will not bet this game. If you put a gun under my chin, I still will not bet this game. Right, just kill me, because this is a terrible game.
It sucks. It really sucks. Yeah, not gonna watch it. Don't care. Neither team's irrelevant.
But it does have division implications, though.
For Tampa Bay, that 8-1, maybe it'll cash still. Come on.
Right.
Let's keep rapid firing though, because these next two games, it doesn't get any prettier. Somehow, does not get any prettier. New England on the road at the New York Jumbo Giants, under over 33.5. Just give me Danny DeVito and the +3. I think New England doesn't care anymore. I really think both teams want to tank, but hey, the Giants, 2 of their 3 wins came from the Commanders, so who knows? But New England beat the Bills, so I don't know.
Listen, I'm taking Mike Jones.
Hey, Mac Jones.
We gonna mess both of their names up today.
Yeah.
They not their
They
names
don't
today.
deserve. They don't deserve
Right.
like their names. Yeah.
I'm gonna go Patrick.
I'll stick with it.
Whatever you want to call them, Patriots.
Patrick Face.
Right. I'm gonna take them at -3.5. Just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, fair. That's fair. Yeah, I'm taking the Giants. It was 3.5. You said.
Yep.
Okay, I seen 3. If you get 3.5,
Oh,
yeah. So if you want 3, even better. If I can get 3.5, even
I'll take
better.
the 3.
All right, let's rapid fire this last one because I got nothing. I've mentioned this to you 3 times today about how I don't want to talk about it. We're here. We're going to talk about it. About a minute. Carolina going on the road to Tennessee. Tennessee's a 3.5 point favorite, under over 36.5. These teams combined have 4 total wins on the season. Carolina's looking worse and worse by the minute for trading for the number 1 pick. Tennessee, they're clearly in rebuild mode. I like Carolina here. Give me a field goal game. Give me the hook with this kind of shit. I would never bet this. I would never bet any of the games we just talked about, guys. Like, let's be honest with ourselves. But we're doing it for the record, the overall record. That's all we're doing here.
I like Carolina too. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, that's literally it. You flip a coin if you want. If you're watching that game, you're a true sicko. But I think we can finally get to the fun games. There's a little more darkness to get through, but we'll get to it. Los Angeles Rams going on the road to Arizona. Rams a 1 point favorite, under over 44.5. All right, in this game, it's another, kind of a shit storm here. Rams -1. Zona got nothing to play for besides to lose. I'll take the Rams here. We're not going to talk much about games like this at this point of the year. Like, literally, I'm just going to gloss over them unless I really find something for you guys that I like about it.
Yes. I'm going Rams also. Arizona has nothing to play for, like you said.
Yeah.
I think the Rams, I don't know. They still may be a little bit rambunctious.
Yeah.
Stafford may want to prove that he still got it. I don't know.
Wild card could be there. You don't know.
Possibly,
Especially if the Vikings fall off.
True.
Like I'm predicting, so.
Okay. Yeah, we both got the Rams on this one.
Yeah, we'll rock it in a pick'em, even though it's not like a super strong lean or anything.
Right.
It is what it is, man. We're down to the point of the year. There's gonna be just shit games. We gotta talk about them, but
we have to rap a taste about them.
Yeah, but we're at the point. I think we've picked, like 2/3 of the games. Like, in this last little third of the season, I'd say half the games are gonna be shit.
Yeah, because most of these games are out of playoff contention for the most part.
And like seriously, betting them is like, good luck.
You're at your own risk.
Yeah, bet at your own risk within your limits, everyone.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the last shit game, but like this one's interesting. You got Cleveland on the road in Denver against Mr. Unlimited. Mr. Unlimited's a 2.5 point favorite over the Browns, under over 35. They're going with DTR again for Cleveland. He beat a good team. I got to give him that. Denver has beaten 3 playoff caliber teams in a row.
They have a pulse, folks.
They've been better. Defense has played better. I don't think they should have beat the Bills. Like, with everything that happened there.
I agree with you.
Mahomes, kind of a fluky flu game thing. He wasn't doing his best there.
Plus Denver has their number, too.
Yeah, and then, they don't have their number. We talking about they lost like 8 years in a row against them.
They had the number last week.
They have their number when it comes to covering the game.
Right.
So I'll give you that. Yeah. I'll give you that.
They've covered. Give me that.
I'll give you that, but they don't. It ain't usually good.
Right. I mean, they get beat down, but
they get beat the fuck down by Kansas City. But Cleveland in this spot, I gotta rock with them. Again, not a super strong lean. I like the under 35, if anything.
I love that under 35. If I can get at 35.5, I'm better for it.
Yep.
But I do like that under. Boy, this is tough, man. Because this is 2 very good defenses. Okay, so now it probably boils down to turnovers.
Correct.
Okay, and is Russell Wilson going to turn the ball over?
He's been good at not doing that this year.
Lately, he has. Yeah. Yes. I gotta lean Denver. I have to lean Denver. They're at home. They played pretty good on both sides of the ball too.
Yeah, they've improved.
They've improved vastly. I think Peyton has got them buying in. Well, he's gotten Russell to buying in.
Yeah,
for sure. I like their momentum. I'm gonna lean Denver.
Fair enough. I again, this is another game. You should parlay this one with the other low one. What was the other low game we were talking about? Pittsburgh, right? Pittsburgh, Cincinnati.
Tennessee, yeah.
This is another. Yeah, you just lean both of these. First touchdown scorer, no touchdown scorer. You want 270 to 1 this week, guys? Just parlay those 2 together.
Sounds inviting.
And that's how you get rich quick. All right, let's go to Kansas City. Going on the road to Vegas. It's really a home game for them if you think about it. No one cheering for the fucking Raiders. Under over 43.5. Chiefs 8.5 point favorites in this affair. My mans, do we still believe in the Chiefs covering big numbers on the road? Because that usually doesn't happen.
Right. But with the Raiders, wrong. I think this is a bounce back for KC. KC should be really, really angry on how they lost that game.
It's rough.
It was very rough. Turnovers, drop balls. Mahomes played very well to me. I mean, he put the ball in the position for them to win, but they just turned the ball over. He did throw that interception, though, in the red zone, which was, I don't understand why he threw it like that.
Oh, that was a bad throw, yeah.
That was a horrible throw. Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing, man?
Then what, Kelsey fumbled in the red zone, too?
Kelsey fumbled in the red zone. They had a touchdown-winning pass. And it was going to be a win if they had
if he catches that,
yeah, a drop. So they played poorly as a team. But defense held on. They did what they had to do. But I think this is a bounce back. I think that they're going to take it out on the Raiders. Although you're right, they don't cover big what you call them
numbers on the road. They don't. Yeah. But I'm still there. Yeah, I'm still there. Yeah. Even though like Vegas in the last few years has played them tough here and there.
Yeah,
I remember the Monday night game. They should have beat them actually.
Yeah.
If you remember that game, but it's Aiden O'Connell. I'm not putting a ton of stock into like something like that.
I'm thinking about the quarterback play, man.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the defense too. Like, what does Vegas do? They let guys just go up the field. They're just like, we'll let you get in field goal range every single time.
Yeah.
If we can hold you to a field goal, okay. They do that for everyone. The Lions should have scored 50 on those guys. Remember, we won by like 11. It was like, they should have won by 30.
Yeah.
And
Lions got some cleaning up they have to do, but we digress.
Yeah, Lions are fine. Every team has cleaning up to do.
Yeah.
Ain't no one perfect at this point either. And the injuries affecting everyone.
It is. I think Kansas City defensively, they're going to be very stingy with Las Vegas. I really believe that. And that's what really ultimately will win them, make them cover the spread too, I believe.
Yeah, they win this game too. Puts them pretty much out of risk for losing the division, because at that point, Kansas or Vegas 5-6 would be 6-6. Denver wins, they're 6-5. They lose, they're 7-4. That gives up, that put them in a 1 game, reach.
Yeah.
I don't think they want that. So I think they go to Pound Town, as the kids say, and they're gonna fuck these guys up. All right, let's go to my game of the week. The Buffalo Bills going on the road to Philadelphia. They are 3.5-point dogs, over 48.5. I don't know how the Bills are going to stop these guys. I don't know how many people are about to put their life on Philly just because of how bad Buffalo's been in primetime. We're talking the Giants, they suck. Tampa Bay, they looked like shit. They lost to Cincy. They lost to Denver. So, they haven't looked good in the spotlight. But they bounced back last week with a big win against the Jets. They show a pulse against a competent defense at home. But, playing on the road in the NFL is a different beast.
Especially this time of year.
And this is a different team. Philly's got Super Bowl aspirations still. Their team is deep. They've stayed mostly healthy. Even with their injuries, they got a 9-1 record. Mm-hmm. What do you think? Because, I lean Buffalo. I always do. I think they're in a must-win situation if they want to make the playoffs. They have to win 3 of their next 4 games.
Yeah, and that's why I'm kind of leaning towards the Bills. We'll really see what the Bills are made of. I like the spread, 3.5, that hook. And also, okay, Philly is 9-1, but I've seen enough games to know that, okay, that 9-1 is a little bit. I think they should have lost to Kansas City. They made plays.
They win and don't look impressive. It's crazy.
They don't really look impressive to me. I'm not going to compare them to not Miami. Minnesota of last season.
Yeah, they're not there. No, they're a much better.
They're a
team.
much better team.
Much better.
But they're winning like that.
Yeah,
you get what I mean?
They do win like that.
It's just my only thing with the Bills is that you cannot turn the ball over against this team. You turn the ball over against this team, they take advantage of that. And that's any functioning. Should be any functioning professional,
especially
NFL
on the
team.
ground. It's one of the best rushing attacks still. Even with Hurts being, everyone's under suspicion he has something wrong with his knee.
Yeah.
They've been saying that for weeks. I'm a bit worried, and again, it's the NFL, so I'm like, okay, anytime now they're gonna lose their second game,
Exactly.
So I'm just like, it's a matter of time. And FPI actually predicts Buffalo to have a better chance to win this game than Philly.
Yeah.
So I lean with Buffalo here. You gotta believe in them at some point. And such a tough road ahead. 3rd toughest schedule remaining in the league. 33% chance to make the playoffs. They win this week. Outlook looks a little bit brighter going into the bye.
I think I think they have to run the ball more, honestly. I know Philly has is it number 1 rushing defense?
Yeah.
But if you run the ball more, you don't stand a chance of turning the ball over as much. And then you can get them on a little bit of play action.
True.
So that would be the key. But like I said, I like the 3.5. I think the Bills hang in there because they have a lot to play for.
Number 1 rushing defense, however, one of the worst passing defenses in the league too. So these guys might get gashed through the air, especially if Allen has a day. They have to
protect Allen too. Yeah. They have to. Offensive line.
They did very well last week against the Jets. That gives me a little bit of optimism. And that D line for the Jets is tough. And then once that opens up, they were tearing up their secondary.
They were, yeah. Maybe I should change my thing. Maybe they should pass more.
Yeah,
but I'm leery of your boy.
You know how it goes. Yeah, Josh Allen doing Josh Allen things. I
know,
but you got to let him loose too. I think they got to let him loose instead. At this point of the year, it's like, let this kid loose. Let him run for 100 yards if he has to. A little more RPO design plays. Play out of the pistol.
Yeah.
Because, you fucking totally shut down Gabe Davis last week, too. They did not want anything to do with the kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just zeros across the board. And I think even the week before, he, after that pick, didn't throw at him at all.
Right.
And this is a guy who's like 7 touchdowns on the year.
Man.
But yeah, the key to the game here, always between the trenches and turnovers.
Listen, it's either sink or swim for Buffalo in this particular game.
Yeah, you lose here, you got to beat Kansas City, you got to beat Dallas, you got to beat the Chargers, you got to beat Miami, you got to beat the Patriots. Good luck.
The remainder of the schedule is tough.
So, yeah, not good. Let's go to Sunday night, man. What a fun week of football. At least there's a game for pretty much every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Like Thursday's going to be good. Friday, I'm not too excited, but like, hey, there's football on.
It's NFL football.
There's NFL football. Sunday, NFL football, gonna be good. Sunday night, I think this is a good game. People are probably overlooking it. Baltimore on the road at the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers a 3.5-point home dog under over 47. This is a social media QB showdown. We got Lamar with the fancy runs. We got Herbert with the bomb squad.
And the finger. Is it this one?
Yeah, I think it's the middle finger, right? He broke his middle finger.
I think
it's
I
this
don't want
one.
to give y'all the middle finger.
This one or this one. It's one or the other.
Man.
In this game, man, is 3.5 generous? Because the Chargers, remember the rule. We bet the Chargers when they're dogs. And a dog at home is a friend indeed to me. I like the Chargers here. You hold your nose. This is Hold Your Nose week. If you've listened to this show this far, thank you. Subscribe, like, comments, all of it.
Oh, yeah. Send some money. Do something.
Yeah, right? Please help me with my gambling habits.
Right.
Help me get winners, maybe. That'd be great.
Yes.
Shit.
Give us your opinions.
Yeah, give me money to gamble and lose. That'd be great.
I like I like the Chargers in this, but with my luck right now, every time I bet against Baltimore or bet for Baltimore, I lose. It's easy for people to take Baltimore just because,
Of who they are.
Lamar Jackson, the defense, but they play better at home. So I'm leaning Chargers too.
Andrews out for the year. Maybe comes back late in the year. They said.
I forgot about that.
Broke his tibia or something. Oh,
tibia, yeah. Well, it's clean break. I mean, it may not take that long to heal.
Yeah, it's like the Tony Pollard injury last year. It's better to break than tear a muscle.
Right,
that's
exactly.
That's really what they say because that heals
a lot faster.
Yeah. Muscles, you can re-aggravate it. You're done forever. Ruin your career.
Yeah.
Look at my guy Greg Oden. I know it's basketball,
boy. Mr. Oden.
Mr. 20 knee surgeries himself.
Right. Yeah, that was I hated that for him, man, because I felt like he would have been a good player, at least a good player. He would maybe not great.
He would have been solid, yeah.
He'd been
just
solid.
a solid
12,
10
15-year career, maybe.
Yeah, 10 and 10 a night guy forever.
Right, because he wasn't really that athletic.
No, it wasn't. He was an oaf.
Yeah, but those are the type of players that last a long time.
That's true. Yeah. Look at Jokic. That guy's an oaf. He's gonna retire though. He's gonna win another title and probably dip
and be out.
He's like, I just want to go on a farm. Good for him, man.
Yeah, he's a tough player, man. I love his play. He should have won MVP, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Should have been 3 for 3, but
I like Embiid, but I'm sorry, Embiid was not doing what that dude was doing throughout the season.
But what's more important, MVP of the regular season or MVP of the finals?
Yeah, the finals. Plus, the Joker won the season before that anyway, MVP.
Two.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. He'll probably win this season too. But
probably.
We digress. We talking basketball.
Oh, we're at the end of this. If anyone's
check out my picks
in
basketball too. I'm hot, y'all. I'm gonna start putting my picks on X, formerly Twitter. Holla at me.
I won't be putting any picks, but once the season ends, we're gonna go more into other sports. Andre will be talking a lot of basketball with me, so
for sure.
Stay tuned. We're not going anywhere once this football stuff ends, or we will just start mixing in other sports, getting other people on. We're going to have a bunch of stuff coming up. It's going to be fun.
Yes. Looking forward
to it. May this shit never stop.
Yeah, keep it going.
All right, let's just go to Monday night. I'm not excited about this game. Once again, it's this weekend's theme is I'm with the bullshit. Chicago going on the road to Minnesota. Minnesota, 3.5-point favorite here, under over 43. Guys, I'm with the shit. Give me Chicago here. Dobbs cannot keep... He's not covering 4 in a row here to start his Minnesota career. He can't do it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with you on that, man. Fields is back, man. I mean, I think he's going to cause havoc, I believe, for Minnesota. The Bears are playing better.
Yeah.
You know, let's call a spade a spade. Let's give them some credit. They're playing a little bit better.
A little. They still suck.
They're still the Bears. They still suck.
Top 5, top 10 pick incoming for sure.
Yeah, but I guess they're playing with a little bit more courage, if you will.
Yeah.
And pride. So they're going to give Minnesota some problems. I think Minnesota still wins the game, but I don't think Minnesota will cover this. I like the Bears.
Yeah, I like the Bears outright too. If I had to be honest,
okay,
I will just lean that way. Like I said, there's upsets that happen. 3.5, kind of the number I like. I like the hook, of course. I just been burnt by a half point too many times. Sometimes that 3.5 just leans me the other way.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what team you choose.
Yeah, like I just don't think Josh Dobbs is gonna go crazy.
Reality has to set in at some point.
Yeah.
You know, and why not against a divisional rival?
Yeah.
It's either going to be either Chicago or Detroit.
Detroit, yeah. one of those two teams.
Make them eat humble pie.
Yeah. Got to happen eventually here. They are playing for a playoff spot here, too. And,
they are.
You know, the Bears might want to play spoiler there. So, again, we got through all the games. Did it again, guys. 6 more weeks of this. We're going to do some playoff stuff. We're going to do some basketball stuff. We're going to hit some golf stuff eventually. Like, subscribe, all the stuff. What do you got for the locks this week? I have one.
That's the only one. That's all I have too is one, and that is the San Francisco, Seattle, 6.5.
6.5 for
San Fran. Yep.
My one, and hopefully you guys watch this in time. Detroit Lions, 7.5, guys. Have a good night.
Peace.
See you guys later.